to At the Mic with Michael Schumacher, brought to you by JR's Oasis. It's more than a fuel station, more than a convenience store. It is your one-stop travel shop on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion, and Yankton. And we are talking some South Central League amateur baseball as we're getting ready for the state tournament. And we're talking with Crofton player Zach Clark. Zach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you, man?
Hey, I am better than I deserve. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me. And I tell you what, let's just start with the basics. Let's have you introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you, your family, your background, hobbies, interests, and the path that's led you to playing for Crofton.
All right. So I am from Omaha, Nebraska. I have been playing baseball since I was a super young kid. And it's always been my best sport, one, and my favorite sport. And so I've grown up, played it with some other high school teams, and I was able to get an offer from Mount Marty University my senior year of high school over the summer. And so I ended up going to college there for the last 3 years, playing baseball at Mount Marty, where I was a center fielder. And then I just recently graduated from there. Now I'm over at Briarcliff University starting my doctorate of physical therapy program, which has been fun. The family, I mean, I bet you've seen my grandparents and parents make comments all over the YouTube videos. They're a very big part of my life. They're always supporting me. They've always came to my baseball games when they can. They're always there to watch it, and big supporters in my life.
Well, and that's what's amazing, and that's why I love the stream. I love having people chime in, and that's why I encourage it, because I love seeing where people are broadcasting or listening it from, and who's listening in, and it makes me feel like I'm not alone, like I'm not just talking to the air. I see viewers on there, so that's amazing. And how fun is that for you? That even though you're up here, that they're still able to be engaged with what you're doing.
It's awesome, especially when I have my little sister who is a freshman in high school going into her sophomore year, and she's doing all of her sports and everything. So my parents are constantly traveling with her. So it's definitely nice that they still are able to watch me while they're still traveling with her doing her sports.
Well, and that is cool. And so, we're going to talk more baseball, but you're starting your doctorate in physical therapy, did you say?
Yes, that is correct.
All right, so what does that all entail? What are you hoping to do with that? I mean, physical therapy, I kind of have an idea, but I think there are a few different avenues. What would you like to be doing 5-10 years from now with that?
So with that, I would love to obviously get my doctorate in physical therapy and become a physical therapist. I have no idea yet where the general area I want to live and start my practices, but I would like to be at a outpatient clinic somewhere and just working with whoever comes in and would like to come see me. Most likely, I would probably prefer to work with upper limb, so a lot of shoulder blade, all those sorts of injuries, and just making people get back to being healthy and being able to do their daily life.
Okay, so you're not necessarily looking at sports specific, just even just general public injuries like that?
I would love to do sports specific if I could, but those jobs are definitely a little harder just because you have to know the people to get into those jobs. And so hopefully I can make some ties possibly while I'm still in school, but I have all my time to figure out what I would like to do. But if I would like to start, I would like to start at just
all right. And so you played at Mount Marty, and Mount Marty is one of those programs that's had a lot of success. Had you been up here before? How did that recruitment process work?
So, interesting story. I only got recruited by 2 colleges. One was down in Kansas, Olathe, Kansas, if you've ever heard of it, called Mid-American Nazarene.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mount Marty. I reached out to the coaches on a recruiting app and finally got one reaching back out to me telling me that I should come and visit. I already had family up there. My older sister was going to school at USC at that time in Vermilion. Okay. So it was also bringing me closer to family, which I was really happy to do. So I went over, talked to the coaches, did a quick view of the campus over at Mount Marty and just decided that that's where I wanted my future to be.
All right, and obviously that's fun, and that gives you those opportunities. They do quite a bit of travel. I think they went down to Arizona. You guys went down to Arizona, or at least in more of a sun area. What were those experiences like, being with the team, traveling like that, and playing in those kind of atmospheres where maybe you don't normally get to play?
The most recent one we actually did was down in Florida, and that was a great atmosphere to be at. I actually got interviewed down there randomly by a whole broadcasting group that was doing the whole tournament, and it was a great experience. Just being outside and actually having good weather instead of the cold, snowy weather in the north. You get bright sun, just enjoying time playing baseball, and we were able to play some harder teams. So we were playing some nationally ranked teams. Like one of the teams we played, I think, was Grandview, and they are usually ranked top 15, top 25 in the nation for NAIA, which is a great experience to get.
Well, it definitely is, and that has to lend itself to just improving the morale. I mean, the attitude that goes with it, because you get down to Florida, you're playing some great competition, and you want to compete. You'd love to win, but when you're testing yourselves that way, that has to be great for the rest of the season. But now that you've graduated, you've been playing some amateur ball. Kind of talk. Obviously, baseball is baseball to an extent, but what are some of the differences versus the similarities of college baseball at Mount Marty versus amateur baseball with Crofton?
Just playing loose. So you're just playing strength. You don't need to over-try or try to do too much. You're just doing what you need for the team and trying to find any way to win. And I see that as a really big similarity. Obviously, a big difference can be the pitching sometimes when you're seeing 85 to 92 range, or maybe a random pitcher who's throwing sidearm 75, but it's a ton of nasty off speed. Then you go to South Central League, maybe have some guys that can get touch 85, or usually sit around 75, 70, 80, like that range. But they have some decent off speed. It's still nice, but to me, it felt like it was a little easier to pick up off speed against a fastball in the South Central League, which definitely helps.
Well, and how, so you've been doing it a couple of years. Was amateur baseball a great way to, kind of stay engaged in baseball, and help you with your college seasons then?
Oh, absolutely. So this is my first year, obviously, with the amateur team. I got recruited by my roommate, Braden Heggie, and he told me to come play with Crofton since I'm living in Vermilion right now. And I said, why not? I mean, I would love to keep playing baseball. I think we still have another year of eligibility if I wanted to play another year of college baseball. But right now, I think I'm just going to focus on studies and keep playing with Crofton.
Well, as a Crofton native, I love the sound of that. I think that is amazing. And is it one of those things, because now that not competitive, but the college baseball would be done, is it a way to kind of scratch that competitive itch that you have?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. And then, so have you already started the doctoral program, or will that be starting here in the fall?
So I have actually already started my doctoral program. I've been in school for the last month.
Okay. All right. Well, living in Vermilion, it's not too hard to hop on the interstate and get down to Sioux City, is it?
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Not bad. All right. Excellent. Well, obviously, what did you expect from amateur baseball? I mean, obviously just kind of Braden recruited you, and you started. Was it what you were expecting? Was it better than you were expecting? Were you thinking it was more rec league? What were you thinking when you started it?
I think it was better than I expected. It was a lot more competitive than I was realizing when I got into the first couple of games, especially into the league game. There's some guys that can really play ball in the South Central League, and it gets super competitive, especially in that state atmosphere, which was a great atmosphere to be in. I mean, we won our first game against Meadow and then had a really close game with Wynot, and then had to come back and beat Meadow again just to qualify for state.
Well, and that one, that was fun. And now, you get to go to state. Have you been to Cadwell Park before?
I have not.
All right. Well, it's a fun atmosphere too. It's a different element. And so what are the thoughts around the team about getting back to state this year?
Try to find any way to do what's best for the team, especially when we're going to try to limit as many errors as possible, because I personally feel like that's sometimes the way that we have lost a couple of games is just those little tiny minimal errors. If we take away those errors, I think we can compete with anybody.
All right, excellent. And so I want to talk more about the team and the players and stuff a little bit, but I always like to ask some icebreakers. They're nonsensical. You willing to answer a few?
Absolutely.
All right, first one is one final meal. What would you want to have?
I would love any sort of noodle dish. Probably like a chicken Alfredo is probably the go-to, but anything with noodles is definitely a go-to and dish.
All right. Is it made by someone specific? Is someone the go-to noodle person or just a good dish of chicken Alfredo or anything like that?
Just a good dish of chicken Alfredo. I'll eat it all.
All right. Sounds good. Now, do you get garlic bread or breadsticks with that?
Ooh, that's a good point. I would love some good breadsticks with it.
All right. Sounds good. Now, are you having dessert?
I would love some strawberry cheesecake.
Strawberry cheesecake. All right. I like that. My daughter's a huge cheesecake fan, so she's also a bodybuilder, so she doesn't have it nearly as much as she'd like. But I totally get that. Cheesecake is one of those good ones. So, all right. Excellent. Now, how about music? Are you a fan of music?
I am.
All right. If you could see any three musical artists live in concert from throughout history, so living or dead, who would you want to see?
That is a great question to ask. One, I would definitely say Metallica, especially like older Metallica. I would definitely say them.
Okay.
I think with the experience, you would have to go see Michael Jackson live. That would be an amazing experience.
I like that one. I can live with that.
For my third band, I think I'm going to stick with rock and roll, and I'm going to take a little more heavier rock and roll, and I'm going to go to a Slipknot concert.
Slipknot. All right. Well, I mean, that one is a little bit different. Now, as you and I speak, they did just dismiss one of their members. I mean, I'm assuming you want to see it with all of the members, correct, rather than without Sid Wilson?
Oh, yeah. I would love to see it with all the members.
Okay. I don't know why. I'm sure Sid did something. It sounds like it's been a behavior issue. But, yeah, Slipknot is an amazing group. But, yeah, you'd have to see them with all the artists, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I figured. Now, I'm going to tell you my favorite Slipknot song is actually one that's mashed up with, I'm sure have you ever heard of The Wiggles? I have heard of The Wiggles. Have you ever heard of the mashup between The Wiggles and Slipknot called Psycho Salad?
I think I have. I'm kind of blanking on it right now.
It starts off as fruit salad and then moves into the Slipknot song. If you're just looking for entertainment, definitely look up Psycho Salad by Slipknot and The Wiggles. It's definitely worth your time. That's all I'm saying.
I'll make sure to look that up.
All right, excellent. Now, if you could time travel one time to any point in the Earth's history and be guaranteed safe return, to when would you travel and why?
I would travel back to Jose Bautista's walk-off home run and be able to just witness that.
Okay, Jose Bautista. Okay, what is it about that one that is that holds it for you?
It's just one of those like you see it everywhere on the internet. It's one of the most iconic bat flips, one of the most known moments ever, especially in the baseball playoffs. Just that one home run and how they came back to win that game. It's definitely something I would love to just witness.
All right. Now, was that your favorite team growing up, or what was your favorite baseball team growing up?
My favorite baseball team growing up, I kind of just joined my dad, and he's been a Braves fan all of his life. So I've just been kind of cheering for the Braves here and there, maybe the Royals here and there again, but I don't really have a necessarily like distinct team for MLB. If we're talking NFL, the Denver Broncos are my team.
Okay, Denver Broncos. See, I wasn't sure. I mean, Omaha, kind of in this region, you get a lot of different directions. You can go Kansas City, Denver. I've got family in Minnesota, so I go Minnesota with everything. So I'm used to losing. I'm used to sadness. But I thought with Omaha, I wasn't sure if baseball, the Royals haven't been great, but isn't they're Omaha, they're affiliates in Omaha, right? The Golden Spikes?
Yeah, the Omaha Storm Chasers.
Oh, Storm Chasers.
They're AAA affiliate.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I wasn't sure if it was going to be the Royals, but man, Yeah, the Braves, they've been around for a while, and I'm sure your dad's of a certain age where that was even before it was widespread on cable, where you could see baseball. And so TBS, so many of us grew up with, it was either the Cubs or the Braves because those were the only ones who were nationally televised. So I'm sure that was part of it. But all right, excellent. But Denver Broncos. So who's your favorite Broncos player?
My favorite Broncos player is Demaryius Thomas.
All right. Hey, he was great. He was great. So I can live with that. All right. Now, for this one, assume all of your basic life needs are met. So you have guaranteed levels of food, shelter, clothing, and transportation. So you don't want for anything. Nothing extravagant. It's basic levels of each. But if money were no object, but you could only buy one thing, you could upgrade one of those things or buy something completely different. And again, money is no object, so think big. What would you do?
Okay, I'm going to have you repeat that one more time.
Sure.
There's a lot there.
Yeah, so assume all of your basic life needs are met. So you have guaranteed food, shelter, clothing, and transportation. So you don't want for anything. It's nothing extravagant, but it is guaranteed. Money is no object, but you can only buy one thing. So I'm giving you a blank check to do whatever you want with it. You could upgrade one of those things or buy something completely different. What would you want to do?
I would personally go buy a house.
All right. Do you know where you'd want that? Like on a lake, on a river, acreage?
I've always wanted to live on the East Coast.
Really? Okay. All right. Any state specifically?
I would say more southern East Coast. So like the Carolinas and that general area.
All right. My daughter lives in North Carolina now. She's been there about a year. She just moved to Raleigh from Charlotte. She likes it. She enjoys it. So I think you would have chosen well. She did basic down in South Carolina, and that's beautiful as well. So no, I can see the Carolinas being a great location for you. So all right. Now, finally, this one's probably the most serious of my icebreakers. As you go through life, who is someone or are some people, whether it's a celebrity or somebody close to home, that you hold up as an example and say, if I can live my life like him or her, I'm going to consider myself a success?
I would say my dad, for sure. My dad is a teacher. He works with kids that struggle with learning disabilities and just helping them out. And especially that he was a baseball player, and he always pushed me to be the best person I can be. I've definitely learned from my dad a lot and strive to be like him.
All right. And so where does he teach?
He teaches in Omaha at Montclair Elementary School.
Okay. All right. Well, that is amazing, working with kids with the challenges like that. That is great to hear. So excellent. I always love it when the answer's close to home. I never mind when somebody has a celebrity or somebody, a specialist in a field, but man, it feels right when it's somebody close to home. So I'm glad that was your answer. All right. Well, I know you weren't expecting the icebreakers, but you did great. You okay if we wrap up talking a little baseball?
Absolutely.
All right. For you guys, I don't think you guys had the regular season you were hoping for, but it feels like the last few weeks, Crofton you guys have really seemed to be hitting your stride. And with the addition, with your addition of Bailey and Evan, it feels like you guys are poised to do really well at state. You guys have a good stable of arms between yourself and Zach Hagee and Braden Hagee, and Cap Bankston. Feels like you guys have the arms that could get you there. Do you feel like you guys have added the pieces that might put the offense over the top as well?
I do think so. I think our offense was definitely showing what it can be during state. Well, not state, during the playoffs, and showing what we can do. It's just hoping that we can actually string all those hits together and get those hits in those big moments. And
you've played an integral role in this, and you've kind of played a variety of positions. What do you think your strengths are when it talks about what you bring to this team?
I think it definitely helps that I'll just play wherever. I usually get asked by Colton hey, can you play this position today? Sure. I haven't played infield since I was in 4th grade or something like that, but I'll go play infield, whatever it takes to help the team out.
And do you feel like the fact that you've been still so active with baseball at Mount Marty and just general athleticism allows you to kind of make those transitions?
Oh, absolutely. It definitely helps. I mean, sometimes I can see myself fielding a ground ball in the infield like an outfielder because it just comes like secondhand nature, but it still works.
All right. Well, what are you looking forward to most about your first appearance at the state tournament for South Dakota Amateur Baseball?
I'm definitely looking forward to facing a different team. I know with South Central League, we're facing the same team over and over and over again almost. And just seeing a different team in the amateur league, it's definitely something I'm looking forward to because it gives you new arms, new things to look at, and just new people to try to attack and see if we can beat.
All right. And, obviously you're not from Crofton, but were you able to understand the appreciation and the heritage people have, the tradition people have between Crofton and baseball?
Oh, yeah. Especially the 3rd of July game. That was definitely the experience I saw that showed how much Crofton baseball means to the city.
Well, and let me ask you this, because obviously Crofton, they take pride in that field and there's constantly improvements being made. What was your thought the first time you saw that field coming down that hill, making that corner?
It was a lot nicer of a field than I was expecting.
Now, Jim and that crew do a really nice job there, don't they?
They do an amazing job, especially for a dirt field like that. Usually you'll see bumps everywhere or anything, and that field was definitely one of the best fields in the South Central League.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And I think you'll really enjoy Cadwell Park. Now, has anyone encouraged you, telling you need to have an onion burger at Cadwell Park?
I have not got encouraged to have one.
Well, I've had one there. They're really good. So I definitely encourage you to try an onion burger. It'd probably be best after the game. Probably not something you want to eat right before the game. But at some point, try an onion burger at Cadwell Park. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, Zach, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. Really appreciate it. I know you probably wondered when I texted you. It's like, oh, he actually did text me. Because I'm sure your grandma told you. They reached out and told me I should interview you, right?
Yeah, my grandpa did tell me, and so did my dad tell me that you guys were gonna reach out to me. So I definitely appreciate you guys having me on.
Hey, it's my pleasure. I appreciate them tuning in and chiming in. It makes my job more fun. So best of luck with everything. It's been great getting to know you, and I'm glad to hear that it sounds like you're going to be playing for Crofton for a few years to come, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, that'll be great. It'll be great to see you out there some more. So, Zach, thank you so much. Have yourself a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in Mitchell on a Thursday.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye. That was Zach Clark of the Crofton Bluejays. A great new addition to that team. Can pitch, he can hit, he can field. Just a great multi-tool player. And there again, their additions with Bailey Sage, Evan Scharberg of Freeman really helped stabilize their offense. And with Zach Hagee, Cap Bankston, like I said, Braden Hagee and Zach Clark all able to pitch some good quality arms. Crofton has as good a chance as anybody. I mean, Tabor has a solid chance. Lesterville has a solid chance. Crofton has a solid chance. And Wynot has a solid chance. Don't be surprised if each of those teams make it into the second round. Now, if both Crofton and Wynot make it, they do play each other, if I'm reading the schedule correctly. So obviously, somebody won't make it to the third round. But we're going to follow them as long as we can. As long as there's a South Central League team playing, we'll be broadcasting on Fox Sports Radio and an audio-only stream on 5-Star Streaming, and that is strictly because they have a contract that's a bit of a fundraising mechanism. So we can't stream visual, but I will paint you a beautiful picture, trust me. Or the other thing you can do is if you do get the subscription to actually watch it, mute it, and then pull me up, and you can listen to my audio of what you're watching. And that's like the best of both worlds for you, isn't it? All right. Hey, but I want to thank Zach. I want to thank everybody this season, whether it's coaches or players who have been willing to sit down and talk with me. Really appreciate it. I love amateur baseball. I hope you love it as well. Part of what I want to do is help encourage that enthusiasm, increase that enthusiasm, keep amateur baseball alive and thriving in this area. All right. You guys have a great one. We'll be back right after this on Fox Sports Radio and 5 Stars. Not on 5-Star Streaming, cripes. On Fox Sports Radio, this is At the Mic with Michael Schumacher.